They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A give to Harris. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. They blitzed there, but to be honest, I don't know if it would have mattered had they blitzed or not. That run play was going nowhere.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult at times to figure out where that defense is coming from. But if you're committed to running the football, you can get people up on those linebackers, right? Those guards don't have to block anyone at the line of scrimmage. They can get up to the 2nd level and create some space.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 44.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Let's make these babies cry. Ready?
Jones operating from the gun. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Count. 27. 24's the mark. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got him in, complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go down at the 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Finds his tight end Ingram. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Go now. 10 Lobo. 54 Mike. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense. Mike.
From the gun on third down. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Fowler able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Change situation. Let's go. Hey, kill.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing you.
And he's going to go down again. Chris Jones. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mine's 54. Mine's 54. Hey, watch your lane. Slam, slam, slam. Check, check, check. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 22 yards there, a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. This is Harris. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
90, Wolf.
At the 50-yard line.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Hey, Alpha.
Don't get nervous.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. A final shot before break. Jones going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And the Cowboys first down.
Here we go. 4-8.
57. Here it comes.
26.
Prescott on 1st down. This to Jarwin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Elliott. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
47.
Here we go. 47.
Pick up the ball. Outside. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, Haywood. Let's go.
Jones now throwing again on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Choose the mic.
Here we go.
Hey, Charlie.
Two. Watch two. Watch two.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott. And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. Now Prescott. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Jones going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
We
own them. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Let's hit it.
Now Jones operating from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Here go 46. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is heavy. Everyone got 4 down. 47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Lost the screen. Lost the screen.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4.
On the ready.
Watch the divide. Watch the slap.
Hey, exit.
Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5.
I'm trying to collect.
Mike 55.
Keep him.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. And that one goes is incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Check. Now. Line 54. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Right there. 54, right? Smooth. 54, Mike.
On third down, Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Jones now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Jones now from the gun. He'll throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. They'll get this complete to Batson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20. At the 19.
A 10-yard loss. It's 2nd and goal at the Cowboys' 18-yard line.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
Come on here, come get some.
Ready?
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Keep it up. Hey, you.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Yeah, that's how we do, D.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
You think you gonna get this? Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Alert flare, alert flare.
Deep grip.
Jones now operating from the gun. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike 54. Man, I got you. Check 37, check 37. Check safety. Big edge.
You're out.
Check 99.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Jones. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down.
First down, Cowboys.
Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Dallas.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Well, Prescott here to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. He's at the 50, the 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing here, Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing, Prescott. Powerful running. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without